So no matter what theories you believe in or what's going on, the biggest thing is that everybody is excited for Chapter 3.
Me too.
Everybody's excited about Bendy, period, because this is just a phenomenal idea, and immediately is so awesome for giving us to the world. But yeah, so we sit here and we throw theories around and we watch theory videos, but in the end, it doesn't matter what happens. We're gonna love pretty much anything that happens in this game, huh?
Yes, but if you are watching the movie, thank you so much for making this game. It is the best game ever.
Yeah.
And we're so excited for Chapter 3 to movie. But I'm just saying this if you're watching the movie. And if you are, thank you so much for introducing this game to us.
We're gonna have Aidan go ahead and tell you more about this brand new teaser picture.
Yes.
That they got out.
So, right here we see a Bendy cutout. Yes. This Bendy cutout is watching you.
So there's definitely going to be more Bendy cutouts.
Yes. But, so, this Bendy plushie, why is there going to be so many Bendy plushies? Because in Chapter 2, the ending, there's shelves with like 10 million Bendy plushies on it. There's so many. But, okay, this is where we got the inclusion of Alice Angel meaning up here. This coffin right here. This coffin.
And on top of it, a lot of people believe that she donated the plushie in Chapter 1.
Yeah, but the plushie might actually represent, you could probably find the person that invented all these plushies.
Created them, invented them, and whatnot, yeah.
So.
Might lead into why Wally is the blueprint maker. Maybe he made the blueprint for the plushie as well.
But look, this means more ink. This pipe, definitely gonna be more ink. Also, this is the method that I'm talking about. Darker, deeper, inkier. And hashtag Chapter 3, hashtag Adam, hashtag Bendy in the ink machine, hashtag Screenshot Saturday.
Yeah, don't have 3 the hashtags.
Yeah, that's all of them. But let's talk about this. What is this here? This is like a random board. Like a random stair thing.
Now, that machine that they show in this picture, you're almost convinced that it's a vent, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this.
I don't really believe that that's a vent myself. I believe that that's just a part of the heart of the ink machine. And
yeah.
You might have to fix it. Whether it be the power supply for the ink machine, whether it be it could be a tunnel of some sort, but you are convinced that it's a vent.
Mm-hmm. But guess what, guys? If you're not believing this, that's the heart of the ink machine, BAM! Here's an image of the blueprints. And we're telling you, look at that thing below the ink machine. It looks like a pipe thing.
He's pretty sure that this pipe thing off the bottom of this blueprint comes down and leads to that machine.
Yes.
That we see in this teaser image.
Because so the image that you're seeing of the blueprints is still there, right, guys? Yeah, he didn't delete it for the editing, but so. Oh, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so the ink machine, you gotta go inside it. That's what we're believing. Okay, BAM! It's gone. So, let's move on to this picture. So, what is this? We never seen this before. That's either a shelf or something else.
We don't know what that is. It looks like maybe even some kind of radio, like an old-time radio, or could be some kind of door. Well, no, there's a door next to it with light coming through, so it's hard to say what's going on there. That could be where Susie Campbell is locked in and the coffin's making her not be able to get out.
This seems like you can hide from Bendy. It looks like you can hide from Bendy.
Now, he's hoping that there's vents and there's closets that you can hide in and stuff like that, but I don't think that the Meatly is going to introduce anything that's already been done. Like, I don't think they're going to introduce you hiding in closets like Hello Neighbor. I don't think they're going to have you running through vents or monsters coming through vents like Five Nights at Freddy's. I think that is a little bit too cheap for the Meatly
But listen,
to
other
do.
games have like hiding things. Like One Night at Flunkies too. They don't have to like to
One
hide.
Night at Flunkies 2 is a knockoff of Five Nights at Freddy's. All those makers of those games have no originality. So they take the ideas of Five Nights at Freddy's or whatever game and they build something almost exactly like it with their own characters. The Bendy and the Ink Machine is a game like no other. They work on the puzzles, a walkthrough. I mean, it's just so much more different than Five Nights at Freddy's, Hello Neighbors, One Night at Flumpty's, all those games. To where I just don't think that they're gonna make sure that they prevent themselves in doing something that has already been done.
Yeah, but let's talk about this image.
But you do hope that there's vents and hiding in closets, huh?
Yeah, you have to hide because this is Henry hiding right now. This is Henry definitely hiding.
I think there's going to be ways that you have to escape Bendy, but I don't know if you're going to be hiding in closets.
But these things.
Hiding somewhere, but I don't think it's going to be as cheap as Hello Neighbor.
Yeah, you're probably hiding
scenarios.
in like you're probably hiding in like a weird vent.
Something like that. It's hard to say.
Yeah. Like an air vent, like.
You hope for crouching too, huh?
Yeah, cause then you could like go through vents to get to the inks.
Yeah.
So there's a little cogwheel. Just if you guys didn't know that, there's like a little cogwheel.
Well, I don't know if that's a cogwheel. That looks like a real projector reel.
Yeah, it might be that,
More
but
than a cogwheel.
let's talk about this thing. It's either like a TV thing, but there's like a door that was attached to it, so it might be a vent. Might be a vent.
Everybody wants it to be a vent. But I love Aidan's idea of it's some kind of tunnel and you would have to go up inside of the ink machine. Maybe in Chapter 5, that's how you crawl up in it to place some kind of explosive mechanism to blow up the ink machine. You know, something like that. That'd be neat.
Yeah, and what the funny thing is, when I was in my bed last night, when my dad came up, when he said like exploding the thing, I said, do you have some Battlefield in your mind?
I believe that's how they're going to... They have to destroy the studio with the last chapter or this thing is going to keep going and watch them destroy it and there'll be ink on the ground and you'll see some kind of searcher crawl out of the ink like it's not over.
But look.
And that will lead into a Bendy movie.
Look, my dad will search this for you. There's a spider web right there. Yeah, my dad will search this for you. But there's a spider web right there.
Yeah.
It also kind of leads over here, but that's either a boar. I think that's a boar.
There's a cogwheel.
Yeah, right there. But I was talking about this.
Yeah, that's a reel for a projector.
But why are you hiding them right now? And what is this? There's like
Almost like a poster, maybe.
yeah, my dad will circle this out, but maybe in another video we'll like come back to this image and like brighten it up so we can see what this is. Cause it might have some image on it, like
Good.
sheep's on, the Boris the Wolf, or Little Devil Darling.
Good.
today we're going to do a theory video. Today we're going to do chapter 3, Bendy Machine.
Okay, so we don't normally do theory videos, but
Yes.
because chapter 3 put out a new teaser and it's going to be released soon, and this is one of the games that we did builds on, we did walkthroughs, we did playthroughs. I mean, this is one of the games that Aidan capitalizes on, and we love almost more than any other game.
And also, chapter 3 is coming out real soon. So be tuned for the episode of chapter 3, Minecraft walkthrough and playthrough of the real game
That we're going to create. And the reason why we know it's going to be out soon is because the Meatly said that they're in testing. They have more tests to do. They released the new teaser and whatnot. So today with this theory video, we're going to start with things that we don't know much about, and then end with an amazing theory that
might be in the last chapter.
that we think is going to happen. And the reason why we made this video is because this theory, I think we might have nailed exactly what is in store for the end of chapter 3, and maybe the whole saga in itself, chapter 4 through, what are they going to end with, chapter 5?
Yeah, that's the last chapter, guys.
So we got some
5.
theories on every chapter in the end.
Yep.
Okay, but one of the things that we don't know much about is Norman Polk.
Yeah.
We got a lot of theory about other people, but Norman Polk and Wally, we don't have much theory about.
Yeah.
So,
And we will show the teaser real soon. We just need to get a Twitter image of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, as far as Norman Polk, so Norman has, he talks about how Joey Drew, he wants to tell Joey Drew about Sammy because Sammy's real weird in the music studio that they have. And he talks about how he wants to tell Joey Drew about Sammy, but Joey Drew's also a little bit weird. So
Yeah.
we do believe that Joey Drew kind of started all the seances or whatever they're
Yeah.
doing with the images, but Sammy ends up being possessed quicker
Than original.
than Joey was.
But here's one of my dad's theories. I'll just tell you.
Well, don't let him in on the good stuff before we get there.
Yeah, I'll just tell him like the simple thing that he said. So, my dad clearly said that the Bendy cutouts are possessed. And why do I say this? Because in chapter 2, you clearly see that there's no board behind him, and his head is clearly floating. And who is moving them around, like doing the that thing, like the peekaboo thing? Like who's controlling it?
Yeah, we think that the cutouts truly are possessed, and nobody's really controlling them. The ink monsters aren't controlling them. Sammy's not controlling them. Because if you think about it, whenever you walk up to the Bendy cutouts and you hit them with the axe, and then you turn around and look back and they're there, it's not really something putting them there. It's an energy making sure that they're there.
Yeah, that's one of the theories that my dad thinks they're possessed. Oh yeah,
Well,
did you
we
notice
think.
my little Bendy thing up there?
We
Yeah.
kind of got a Bendy cutout. It's more of the Paper Pals from
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's, but in Bendy form. Now, okay, so that's the cutouts. I got a little cheat sheet here, and we look stuff up. We're gonna look stuff up on Google so that we could talk a little bit better. But that was the Bendy cutout. Now, as far as the coffins,
Yeah. So there has to be people inside them, and tell them their theory.
well, I don't know if there's people inside them. I think that they got them ready.
Oh yeah, he thinks that the coffins are there to put people inside and turn them into cartoons,
We think.
like Bendy and Boris.
It's what we think, though. You know what I mean? This was me and you together thinking about this stuff.
Yeah, it was last night when my dad was in my room with me. And we were like watching theory videos about chapter 3, and we actually guessed some things that wasn't in the video, but we actually thought of things. So that's how we came up with this video.
Yeah. So the coffins, they only show as many coffins as there was workers so far. So we kind of believe that the coffins were brought there per person that works there in order to do the sacrifices.
Yes.
They put the people in the coffins, whatever it is, and then do the seances, and they become a character. And
Yeah.
I think it's kind of obvious that every worker is going to become a character. So I'm thinking that they're going to introduce us to a couple more characters as we go as well.
But hey guys, so me and my dad are thinking so many theories, and we're gonna save the best for last, but I'll tell you what his theory is. But first, let me tell my little theory. Who is writing all these messages on the walls? It could either be the ink monsters. It can't be the ink monsters because they don't have like a full body, like legs, and they're kind of short, so they can't reach up there definitely. So all we have left is Norman Polk, Joey Drew, Sammy, or the Ink Monster. It's either 4 of those. Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was Sammy because he's the most psychotic at the moment. So he would be losing it and writing on the walls probably more than anybody else. But okay, go ahead.
Look, so in chapter 1, the ink monster looks like this. But in chapter 2, the ink monster looks like this. So I don't know what is wrong with that. Like, the ink monsters are changing. What will the ink monster look like in chapter 3? What if it looks like something different? But I don't believe this because in the chapter 3 trailer, there's like a flash image of this same Bendy. And it's the same image before Henry passes out. Is that like image that looks like the ink monster is running.
And what's crazy is on those flashes before he passes out, there's a flash of a wheelchair.
Yeah, whose wheelchair is it?
What's this wheelchair all about? Was one of the creators like maybe Susan Campbell in a wheelchair? Was I like to think that Wally or Norman wasn't in a wheelchair, but maybe they used the wheelchair to wheel the people that they're trying to possess around. You know, it's hard to say, but with chapter 3, I think we're going to go deeper. We're going to go into more of a basement level.
Because in the teaser, there's this little like message saying deeper, darker, inkier. And I'll tell you what this means. Deeper, I think, means like falling in a hole and landing in that whole other dimension that leads to chapter 2. Darker, I think, is like the room where the ink monster comes out at the end of chapter 2. You know that like room, that big room with a lot of ink on the floor? Yeah, that room. And inkier is also about that room, all that ink on the floor. That's what I believe about that.
Basically the basement with more ink, because everything would be dripping down into the basement level, so there'd be more ink. And I believe a lot of the theories about there's going to be more puddles for Bendy to jump out of and chase you. I believe that those are real. And, you know, that's probably really going to happen. Okay, now let's get into Alice Angel real quick.
Yeah, like
everybody is talking about how Alice Angel might make an appearance on chapter 3.
Because just hold on, we'll bring up a video of chapter 3 trailer right now.
Yeah, and well, that chapter 3 trailer shows the microphone and all that good stuff. Well,
okay.
Here's the thing though. Why are they saying that she might make an appearance? It's very obvious. She's definitely going to make an appearance.
So, this is really obvious that chapter 3 will introduce, what's her name? Alice Angel. Everyone is complaining about Alice Angel in chapter 3, all that nonsense. But it's very obvious because I'm one of them. Because in the chapter 3 trailer, the original one, there's like that inky 3, and there's like a halo that comes above it, and that's why everyone is saying that.
and there's a microphone. She does the voiceovers. Susie Campbell does the voiceovers. Basically, what it is Meatley wouldn't do that. Wouldn't put the angel halo. Wouldn't make us think that Alice is going to be there and not make her there. So let's kill all the theories about she might not be there or whatever, because she's definitely going to be in level 3. So let's think about how she's going to be introduced in chapter 3.
Yeah, so this is my dad's theory.
Well, it's our theory. He keeps saying me, but together with his knowledge, we came up with an idea of how this is going to go down.
Yeah, I was talking about that stuff too with my dad. When he said it, I thought that was true. So, Dad, do you want to say it, or do you want me to say the theory?
I'll start and you help. Okay, so once you go down into this lower level of the studio where they make Bendy, I believe that you're going to run into Susan Campbell, and she's going to be a regular person, because I believe that each chapter they're going to introduce a real person that eventually gets turned into something. So let's take a step back. Boris is Sammy. Sammy turned into Boris. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they leave it open, but there's no doubt about it. He was wearing the suspenders. He turned into a puddle, so he disappeared out of his other body and became into another body, which is Boris.
Yes. And let's talk about all the other nonsense about not Boris. Let's just talk about Susan Campbell right now. So I'll talk about all this stuff that you thought. So he just said about like you run into to Susan Campbell, and he believed that one of the ink searchers, you know those like ink guys that come out of the ground? They're called searchers. If you haven't watched our Bendy in an ink machine quiz video, you can see that we know their name. They're called the searchers. But basically, he thinks one of those searchers are gonna grab Susan Campbell and put her in one of the coffins, and they're gonna turn her into Alice Angel.
Possibly a coffin. Now, I think you're going to run into her. She's going to be locked in a room where she was kept away from everything in order to be turned into Alice Angel. And then whenever you open up that door, she's going to say, "Oh, thank you for finally getting me out of this room."
Yes. But sadly, she's gonna die and turn into one of those.
Well, no, wait. Now, she won't die immediately. You'll find her in a locked room. You guys will be together for a moment, and then boom, a searcher is going to grab her up, or Boris. Well, most likely a searcher is going to grab her up, and she's going to disappear. So, where chapter 3, you're going to be trying to find Alice Angel in order to save her most of the time. But as soon as you find her, you finally get to her, and you solve all the puzzles in chapter 3 in order to get to Susie Campbell. The searchers are going to grab her up, and then you won't see her for a second, and then boom, they're going to create her into Alice Angel, and she'll walk out something like Boris. Who knows if Boris is going to help us? Boris is a clumsy person, so I think more on the lines of Boris is going to be messing up things that you have to fix as far as the puzzles. Like
because Sammy is clearly possessing Boris, because Bendy did that to him. He beat his butt.
I don't think Wally is Boris, because Wally was more of the engineer with the blueprints and whatnot. I'm thinking that Wally designed certain mechanics, and Sammy was the one that used the wrench to fix it. So the blueprints that you see laying around, I believe that's Wally creating the blueprints
for Sammy. But it's clear that this could be Wally, because what if Wally is the fixer? He had to have that wrench and fix things. He sounds like a person that would fix things, right, guys?
But I don't think he would be a clumsy person, so he might not be Boris. But that's one of those things that we don't know much about. We don't know much about Norman or Wally, to where it's hard to say what's going on with those two. Okay, but Bendy's the reason for all this, to where I don't think that Bendy is actually one of the workers at the studio. Bendy, I believe, is the premonition of the demon that is talking to everybody, giving them the ideas. I think that he's just literally a demon, and he wasn't a real person to begin with. He was just a demon the whole time, manipulating the real people. taking over their bodies and creating them into the other characters. I think that they have just enough workers for characters. And the reason why you're there is that you have to be the one that inevitably gets possessed by Bendy. I think that your character, in the end of the whole thing, the whole reason why you were brought there was that Bendy wants to take over your body.
Yes.
So, okay, to wrap this all up, I believe at the end, Alice Angel, okay, so chapter 3 is all about Alice Angel. We're going to find her, then she's going to get captured again. We're going to have to do puzzles and stuff in order to find her. Once we find her, we realize that they turned her into Alice Angel.
Yeah.
There might be new characters involved to explain who Wally and Norman becomes. Okay, but in the end, I believe that the very last chapter, here it goes, the very last chapter, I don't believe Joey is bad anymore. I believe Joey started this whole thing. Sammy took over and just dominated the whole Bendy thing. I believe that Joey is not dead. I believe Joey's captured somewhere and he regrets everything about doing what he's been doing, but Sammy took over and now it's a muck. But Joey couldn't do anything about it, so he's hiding somewhere in the studio. So I believe at the end you eventually find Joey alive, and Joey regrets what he did, and all the other characters are trying to turn you into Bendy because you are the last soul that they need to become Bendy, because Bendy's just a demon right now and he's not like Boris or Alice Angel's going to be. Susie Campbell talks about how Alice Angel's a part of her. Well, I think what they're getting to is that there's a good that's a part of her. There's an angel that's a part of her. So I believe that Alice Angel is going to be able, or Susie's going to be able to fight the bad just enough to be a good person.
Yes, and this is one of my theories. So you know how Alice Angel is clearly an angel, but no angel has horns. So one YouTuber said that she's probably half human and half angel. And I kind of believe that because it's an angel, but it has horns.
Well, you mean like half demon, half angel?
Yeah.
And I think the angel's going to come out of her at times and try to help you more than anything. Now Boris, I think Boris is going to be too goofy and too clumsy to know whether he's good or bad. I think he's going to swing on the bad level by being clumsy and kind of like messing up things as you go. That's going to be his evil, like his evilness is going to be clumsiness. I can tell you more about it. Okay, so you meet up with Joey in chapter 5. And once you meet up with Joey, Alice Angel tries to help you as well, but they're going to try, you know, the bad guys, the searchers or whatever, are going to try to capture you to get you into Bendy's body. Now, the final cut, the final scene of the whole game, we believe is going to be Alice Angel and Joey Drew trying to help you escape Bendy.
Yes.
We believe Joey Drew and Alice Angel are going to hold Bendy down just long enough for you to escape the studio while you trigger something to blow up the entire studio. And then that would be the conclusion of the whole Bendy series. 3. Okay, so in the conclusion to our video, Aidan, what do you think about Norman?
I think about him. I think he's on the Sammy's side for some reason.
Probably. There's not much information about Norman, so he's probably going to be, what, maybe chapter 4 or something, huh? His story is going to unfold in chapter 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about Wally. What do you think about Wally?
I think he is the worker of the place, like fixing things.
Yeah, but more maybe the blueprints than maybe the wrenching, huh?
And
okay, so what do you think about Alice Angel?
I think you meet up with her.
In chapter 3, for sure, right? Okay, and what do you think about, we're probably going to meet up with her as Susie, huh? And then she's just like Sammy, but I don't think she's going to be inky. I think she's going to be, it's going to be against her will that she's there, instead of Sammy was all about it. Just cover me in ink and I want to change right now. to where I think Alice Angel is going to be held captive, and she doesn't really want any of it to happen to her. And then you're going to find her. She's going to get captured again. You'll have to find her. And then, boom, once you find her again after being captured, she's going to be Alice Angel. Okay, and then as you go on, we believe that Joey isn't dead. And he regrets starting this whole thing, but it's out of control now. And he's going to help you escape the final chapter by either like holding Bendy down or hitting the blow up button on the building as you escape. He's going to sacrifice himself because he started the mess. And he's going to blow up the building with him in it. And Alice Angel, the good part of Alice Angel, is going to help in some way on chapter 5, letting you escape the whole ordeal. Mm-hmm. So that's like one heck of a theory, huh? Mm-hmm. And that concludes our video.
See you guys in the next video. Hopefully you're all watching me, and we will see you all in the next video. Bye!